if you want better clients, if you want higher paying clients, if you want a better quality clients, if you want clients that really value what you have to actually offer to them, if you want clients that are much easier and easier to fulfill and better to communicate with and talk to and build business with, then this video is for you, because today I will be showing you why selling to wealthier markets is much smarter than selling to price sensitive markets. And when I realized this, when I first got my offer and I kind of tried to figure out who I'm going to sell it to, and then I figured out who I'm going to sell it to, and then I had a couple like pre-qualification processes installed in the business that are going to be pre-qualifying to who I'm actually selling so I can get better targeted qualified leads. Then I realized, like, what is the next level? Like, how can I maximize my business, but not only maximize my business, like how can I really scale my business? And then I came across Alex Hermosi, but then I know Alex Hermosi got this from Dan Kennedy, right? And I realized at that moment that I need to be selling to rich people, okay? Because that could automatically change my business. And when I started doing that, it absolutely changed my business forever. Now, just to give you a bit of context who I am the CEO and the founder of Systems for Scaling, an 8-figure company. And today, I want to talk to you about why selling to wealthier markets is smarter than actually selling to price-sensitive markets, okay? So, let's get into it. Selling to richer people is always going to be better than selling to poor people. So, this is not about morals, it's about actual mechanics. And before we start, okay, let me actually set the frame, because I'm not trying to dismiss anybody, judge anybody, or point my finger at anybody, or trying to make somebody feel uncomfortable. Or maybe I will make somebody feel uncomfortable, but that's not my intentions here. My intentions is pure to educate you. This training is not about judging people. It's not about saying rich people are better. It's not about ignoring impact or integrity. This is about how markets behave, okay? And once you understand how markets behave and where you need to place your business and with what type of people you want to be dealing with and what type of clientele you actually want for your business, ultimately will change your business forever. So businesses don't fail because founders lack effort. They fail because they choose markets that fight them, okay? And this is like I've seen many times coaches, consultants, agency owners, they come to us and they would say, hey, like, it's very hard for me to offer like my offer currently at higher price because people are actually not willing to pay that. And when I hear that, I automatically know that the problem is that they're selling to the wrong market. They're selling to the wrong crowd. In their minds, they just think that no, that's what the market, that's the market price. That's like the price, and that's highlighted the price, and that's the price it's gonna be, because they have tried potentially sell it to higher price. They didn't succeed. They choose to sell it for a lower price. That price got accepted from their actual buyers, and now it's very hard for them to convince themselves that, hey, I actually can sell a 3K offer for actually 10K. And that's true when you're selling to the wrong crowd, people that don't have money. But once you start selling to people that have money, the money is never the problem, because they don't have a money problem, they have a problem. Okay? So once you understand how money psychology, risk tolerance, and decision making work at different income levels, everything becomes very obvious. So, and once it becomes obvious, you will never price or position the same way again. And that happened for me as well. Okay. So let's start with number one. The core truth most people avoid. All customers are not equal in how they buy. You cannot say that, hey, all customers are equal because they buy. No. Different customers totally buy differently. You have people that are buying private jets, you have people that are buying private mansions, you have people that just buy normal houses and use commercial flights. You have people that buy a normal car and people that buy supercar. Every single buyer is completely different. There's a different psychology behind every buying decision they make, okay? So all customers are not equal in how they actually buy. Not emotionally, not psychologically, not operationally. People don't buy based on how good your offer is. They buy based on how much friction the purchase creates in their actual life. So the biggest difference between wealthy buyers and price-sensitive buyers is not the actual intelligence. It is the decision cost. For some people, spending 3,000 is a threat. For others, it's a tool. Okay? It's also how you view this. A wealthier person understands that, hey, I have a problem and I'm paying this to actually solve this problem so I can actually move much faster, I can save more time, I can save more energy, or I can maybe scale my business much faster. Okay? So that decision, a wealthier person looks at the decision as an actual tool, as an actual opportunity, where a poorer people, less financially capable person will look at it as a threat to their finances, will look at it as like, how can they save money, will look at it also at the way, not saying that saving money is bad. What I'm trying to tell you here is that they will look at it as an actual threat. They will look at it as an actual cost, not an actual investment, not as an actual opportunity, not as an actual tool. Okay? The single difference changes absolutely everything. It's the way they actually look at making that purchasing decision, that buying decision. Okay? Number two, how money levels change buying behavior, right? Let's talk about what money actually does. Money does three things. It reduces risk perception, it increases speed of decision making, and it shifts focus from price to actual outcome. When someone has limited money, every decision feels very dangerous because they don't want to lose that money. If they buy a wrong thing, they can't recover easily. It will take them much more time to make that money back, and there's risk involved. They have bills to pay. There's too many things. They feel emotional pressure also investing in something like this, and sometimes this is sometimes what I have heard before, right? When you're selling to the wrong crowd, your people will be like, hey, I kind of feeling pressured here. The reason they're feeling pressured here because they don't have a lot of money, and they don't have money to actually invest simply without actually being exposed to a threat financially. Okay, so for somebody it could be like, hey, this costs 5,000, and somebody be like, yes, no problem, and somebody be like, if I give you 5,000, I'm actually exposed financially. I have a financial risk then because I maybe will not be capable of affording XYZ, paying the bills, and so on and so forth, right? So they start feeling that emotional pressure. That's why sometimes on a sales call you may be feeling, you may hear something like, "Hey, I feel a lot of pressure. I feel pressurized here." And it's never that they feel pressure. Is that the reason they feel pressure is because their finances don't allow them to make decisions. They seek certainty before actual action. This creates long sales cycles, objections, and actual hesitation. That's why you always will get objections at the end of the call, right? They were like, hey, this is too expensive. I need to think about it. I can't make a decision now. And all of this is really taking them farther from actually making the things happen that they want. But the reason they can't make things happen is because they are financially gonna commit to investing. Okay, when someone has more money, decisions feel reversible, right? If something doesn't work, they adjust, they relocate, they move on. So this creates fast decisions, cleaner conversations, and a respect for actual expertise. When people don't have money, they don't really value expertise. They more value saving their money, keeping their money, and getting it in the easy way. That's why usually you would see like big coaches, big mentors like Tony Robbins and Patrick Bet-David, and you would see Russell Brunson. They would really charge the top dollar they can possibly can for their expertise because it really matters. And so when somebody comes with that right mindset, they understand the work is also required, and so they also understand and they respect the expertise. And that's why when you charge a top dollar, people understand also one thing is that expertise that they are paying for is worth it because it will solve a problem that will give them much faster decision making, much more clarity, and it will solve the biggest problem for them, which also will have ROI. The reason you see some of the top coaches, some of the top agencies charge 30, 40, 50, 60, and even 100K is because with that type of price point, they're attracting the right actual buyer as well at the same time. So, number 3, the hidden cost of selling to price-sensitive markets. Okay, most coaches, consultants, agency owners start by selling to people like them. This feels logical, it feels ethical, it feels relatable, but it creates hidden actual damage that nobody talks about, right? Price-sensitive buyers need to be convinced. It's like you need to convince them to actually invest because they are holding on to the emotion and to their actual hard-earned money, and they do not want to. They don't come from a place of understanding, hey, I actually need to use money as a tool. They look at it, they look at the money as not as a tool to grow and get into opportunities. They look at it as money as a way of actually a threat. They look at, when I have to spend money, it becomes a threat. They don't look at it as an actual investing, they look at it as a cost. So they need to be convinced, they need to be reassured, they need to be motivated, and need to be emotionally supported. Okay? You don't just sell to them, you have to carry them. And this is why sometimes you may be fulfilling a client that paid you, and you may feel demotivated actually fulfilling them because they don't appreciate the expertise. They always want more from you. They're never really satisfied with what you do, and it's just because you're dealing with the wrong actual buyers. And so this leads to high refund risk, low execution, constant hand holding, emotional drain. Your time disappears, your confidence erodes, and your business becomes very fragile with that as well. Okay? Why wealthier buyers are easier and not harder? This surprises people. Selling to wealthier markets is not harder, it's very simple, and it's much easier as well. Okay? Not easier emotionally, simpler structurally. Okay? Wealthier buyers value speed over savings. They value clarity over hype, value systems over motivation. They don't want hope, they want actual process. So they don't ask, will this work? They ask, how does this work? How fast does this work? And what is the risk control? Okay? That is a professional conversation you will have with somebody that has money. They're not gonna ask you, oh, like, how much does it cost? Tell me the price up front. I really need to know the price. Do you work? Can we work it out on a commission? Can we work? They will usually understand the weight. Like, how does this work? What is the process? What are the systems, right? How fast can we get to the first milestone? And what is the risk involved in getting there, right? Number 5, the real reason high ticket sales better. So high ticket offers don't sell, like high ticket offers don't sell because of the actual price. That you want you to understand. They sell because they are selling to a better mindset. They sell because of actual alignment. Price acts as an actual filter. Like I said already, that's why sometimes you hear like 50, 60, 70K offers, is because they are attracting the right mindset. They're attracting the right actual buyer profile to their company, which already have that investing mindset. They understand that money is an actual tool to get to where they actually want. Either it's speed, decision making, clarity, or solving problems, right? When price is higher, buyers self-qualify, commitment increases, execution improves, because they have actually paid for it. And because when people pay much higher, they don't want to take that and put it to an actual waste. That's why they execute, they commit much more as well. Low prices invite browsers, dabblers, and actual dreamers, but never an action takers. High prices invite operators, decision makers, and actual builders that are very serious about their businesses. This changes your entire business, right? Example. So let's say coaching market. I want to do a little comparison here. Let's say a coach A sells a $300 program to beginners, right? They handle 200 leads, endless DMs, refunds, and low follow-up through, right? Revenue feels unstable, energy drains daily. Coach B sells a $5,000 system to a business owners. They handle 10 to 20 applications, short conversations, clear expectations, fewer people, more respect, more consistency, same effort, different market, and they are getting more profitability in the business as well because they're selling at a high price point. And because they're selling at a high price point, one client for 5K, it's like almost 20 clients of 300. So think about that. One client here of 5K, it's like having 20 clients of 300. So think about the fulfillment. Think about like how much energy you need to invest in that as well, right? So then we move on to the psychology of responsibility, right? Wealthy buyers take responsibility differently. They don't ask you to save them. They ask you to support the decision they already want to make. Price-sensitive buyers often want certainty without actual risk. But certainty only comes after the actual action. this creates the actual friction, right? So the wealthier buyers understand the risk is part of growth, failure is a feedback, and systems reduce chaos. And that's why when you are taking somebody that's a high paying client, they already know that, hey, this will be another investment. I just need to make sure that this is the right investment that I'm actually making. The person without money, they really are kind of like, hey, if this is gonna work, can this work? I really need to be 100% convinced. And when you have to really convince people, they're coming out of a place they don't have really money. And then it's convincing, it's double selling, the decision time, it's like endless. And you always need to like follow up, and you need to do more work. You need to do like work for like 10 clients just to get one client in. Okay. So why this changes your life, not just your actual business, when you start dealing with people that actually have money. When you sell to the wrong market, you doubt yourself, right? That's number one. You over explain yourself, you discount yourself, and you burn out very fast. And you think the problem is really you when it's actually not. And it's nothing to do with your product or service. It's to do with actual market. But when you sell to the right market, you speak less, you charge more, you deliver better, and you build calmly. Okay? Your nervous system stabilizes and your confidence returns as well. So, number 9, ethical truth most people miss. Selling to wealthier markets is not exploitation, right? It is efficient. You help more people by staying in business, being emotionally stable, and delivering better results, right? So you help more people by staying in business, being emotionally stable, delivering better results, and burnt out founders help no one. Okay? If you are burnt out, you have no energy, you are super drained all the time dealing with clients, they are never happy, they want more from you, they feel like they invested their money and now they need to receive the world. This is not going to help your business to grow because it's not going to be sustainable in long term. Maybe in short term, but not in a long term. And this is why I strongly suggest to change your buying profile. Buying profile to much wealthier people. I feel 100% better when I sell to much richer people, because richer people understand the entire process, what it takes to actually build something. They understand what they're paying for, and they understand that there's value in expertise, and they really value expertise, and they value your time as well. As when I have sold to poorer people that don't have so much financial capabilities to commit, I usually get text messages in the middle of the night. In the business, I get emails like they want more time, they want to jump on the calls, they want consistently to do XYZ. But when you sell to rich people, they don't want to micromanage you. They understand that there's a process and there's an expertise that they have paid for, not micromanaging. Okay. So a burnt out founder helps no one. You don't abandon impact, you scale it sustainably. Okay. How to shift your market right away, right now, right? So if you really want to scale your business, want to deal with better clients, have better quality clients, high paying clients, people that actually value you, and you want to change the market, then this is the time to actually do it, right? You don't raise prices randomly. So you change to who you actually speak to, what problems you solve, and how you position actual outcomes. Instead of selling help getting started, you sell predictability, speed, leverage, and actual systems. You stop asking, can they afford this? And start asking, does this decision save them time, stress, or actual risk? And this is how professionals buy. So instead of saying, hey, get started, hey, apply here, you actually sell predictability, speed, leverage, systems. This could go into your little audit call. You can sell the first audit call to see really who you're speaking to, a small consultation, a small strategy, just to get the first people in, right? So, final reality check, right? Selling to wealthier markets is not about greed. It is about cleaner conversations, better results, sustainable growth. Rich people are not easier because they are special. They are easier because money removes fear from actual decisions. When there's a lot of money on table to be paid, let's say even 10K, 15K, like even let's say 4K, and you get a person that cannot afford it, they live in a fear and scarcity. But when a person comes and they have the money, like money totally removes that fear decisions from them, because they understand that they need to invest, because investing is like a tool to solve their problems, to move to where they actually want, right? And fear is what kills businesses. Once you understand that, pricing becomes actually logical and positioning becomes much clearer as well. And your business stops fighting you as well because you're dealing with the right clients and the right clientele, and now your business can scale much faster. And this is the reason why you should right now actually change your pricing. Okay, so I hope this really delivered massive value and also showed you why you need to actually change your pricing and why it's a good time to actually changing your pricing right now if you actually want to scale. Thank you for watching, and I see you into my next video.